So now let's look at how we direct the sound a little bit more specifically. When we're working with text, we want to use what can be called a star pattern to help support the thought with the text and how we direct the sound. Now I'm going to ask Chloe to do two different versions. In the first version, Chloe, if you would, scatter the sound about, allow your head to turn in any way that it might want to turn, as you might do in normal everyday speech. And then the second time around, I really want you to focus the sound and thought in one direction at a time. And if you use the caesura, that's great, but really allow one thought in one direction, caesura, and then focusing it in another direction.
Great.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Great. Have fun.
First, let me tell you who you have condemned. Not me, begotten of a shepherd's swain, but issued from the progeny of kings, virtuous and holy, chosen from above to work exceeding miracles on earth.
Great, Chloe. You know, you'd be surprised at how many people do this with their heads as they're talking, turning their heads around in different directions. And you did a great job of displaying that. Thank you so much. What did you hear, Michael, as you did that?
It just kind of wanders. As she's like doing this, it kind of just goes around with her, and like even the voice, but then it like loses. It's hard to follow. It's really hard to follow. It's kind of very easy to just kind of back away from what she's saying. Yeah, that's interesting too, how the voice kind of mimics the head as it was going. That's like very fascinating.
Yeah. So let's do it again this time. And you know, in the past we've talked about the star pattern. So send it in one direction, into another direction, into another thought. Each thought gets a particular person, so to speak, or a particular direction.
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great, here we go.
First, let me tell you who you have condemned. Not me, begotten of a shepherd's swain, but issued from the progeny of kings, virtuous and holy, chosen from above to work exceeding miracles on earth.
Yeah, great job, Chloe. What did you hear, Michael?
It just kind of gives the text a nice sense of like punctuation and like breaks it up into very like understandable clauses. It was just much more easy to follow, and stronger, just like much more just grounded, and especially for this speech because it's so pointed and there's definitely like a very clear like courtly objective to this.
Yeah.
So it's very convincing in its own way.
Great. You know, in large spaces, allowing the thoughts to land gives space and time for the audience to digest what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you were saying, it punctuates each of those thoughts. You're right. It's great. It was, I agree, much more powerful, stronger in this moment as well, rather than sort of confused. Yeah. Great. Great job, Chloe. What was your experience between those two?
Yeah, well, I think that in a space like this, your instinct is to fill the space and make sure everyone hears what you're saying. So that instinct of like kind of spraying the whole thing to try to cover everyone, but you don't actually feel as heard as when you are really landing something on one person at a time. And then you end up feeling like you kind of covered the whole space, but through one person at a time. So it feels better too.